Okay, welcome to the Shadows of Brimstone playthrough by Cat Weasel. There we go. Let's have a quick look at the characters that we're going to be playing. I'm not going to go greatly into the rules because you can pick that up as we go along. Basically what I'm just going to do now is just go through the characters I'm going to use. First character is the Gunslinger. This chap name is Cade Gaunt. He's got abilities such as Quicken the Dead. This allows him to use the 6-shooter with his special bullets. These are dead-eye shots. See them there? Which can do +2 damage on a hit. Starting item is a pistol, which is here. Range of 6, shots 2. For his special ability, I picked out for him Quick Draw. Anytime a new group of enemies is placed on the board, you may immediately make an attack outside the normal turn sequence. He's got to have a free hand to do that though, so he can't dual wield if he wants to do that. His personal item that he got was a pocket watch, which gives him +1 initiative, which will be very useful. Going first is always very useful. I've just updated his, I've stuck on a thing there just to move his initiative up from the original 6 to 7. I like to use the original cards because they've got the art on, so I just like put a little bit of blue tack on and stick that on just to keep it all neat. It seems such a shame to have these cards and then pretty much chuck them away after the first adventure because you level up or your information changes on here. So that's Cade. His side bag, he's picked up dynamite. Can't beat a bit of dynamite, especially at the early levels. Right. He's going to have a companion on this, in this team of equals, and that is the Indian Scout Running Bear. Running Bear's special abilities are he's a tracker, so once per adventure you may discard and redraw an exploration token or an encounter card that has just been revealed. He's also fast, that means he's got +1 move. He's got 2 starting items. The carbine, which he's got equipped. Range 8, shots 3, very good. The other one he hasn't got equipped because obviously the carbine uses up 2 hands. It's these Indian hatchets. Your combat hits are +1 damage. You need to be a tribal traveller or frontier only. Well, he's tribal, and he'll keep that in reserve. He's not using it at the moment. He's also got an ancient coin. This was his personal item. Gives him +1 law, but also once per adventure he can fully heal his health, which will be extremely useful. His starting ability I picked was Savage Attack. Use 1 grit to gain +2 combat to the end of the turn. The limit is once per turn, so hopefully he'll be getting a lot of grit, because that would be very useful as well. As he's getting +1 law off the ancient coin, done the same thing as I did with Cade. I've just stuck another, increased it from a 3 to a 4 there, and put that down. His side bag, he has the bandages. Additionally, as he's got the +1 move and everything, I've given Running Bear the lantern, and he's also got the revive token. I've just put that there. There's only two people, so 2 heroes, so we get 1 revive token if the worst comes to the worst. other basics regarding Cade. Ranged, he attacks on a 3+, melee it's 5+, he's got 10 health, 12 sanity, his health saves, defense saves are 5+, and his willpower saves are 4+. And Running Bear hits 4+ at range, melee he hits 4+ as well, health is 10, defense saves 4+, sanity is 10, and willpower saves are 4+. Unfortunately, these two guys aren't very tough, really. They have got quite low health and sanity, but hopefully, as we go on, we'll manage to get past that. Right. First adventure is a Fistful of Darkstone. We're just going to do the basic start, whereby you explore as soon as you get to encounter tokens with clue tokens on. You found the Darkstone room, and then you face the what will be a high threat. There's only 2 players, so that's a high threat, not an epic threat. And we'll see how we go on. Okie dokie, let's get to the actual map tiles. Right, here we are, set up at the mine entrance. Get track. That's the hero posse marker. As we move into more and more rooms in the mine and passages, each room will just move forward. You don't have to bother about the blood spatters or the growing dread. All this signifies is what we have to roll to hold back the darkness. We start at 7+, but as soon as we get in 6 rooms, it'll start to be 8+, and then 9+. As we get down here, the reason for that is the deeper into the mine you get, the more difficult it is to hold back the darkness within. Excuse me. This is the darkness, hold back the darkness token. As we fail these, we'll move forward, and the blood spatters then mean we draw a darkness card. If we get to a growing dread, we draw a growing dread card. There's a darkness card. There's a growing dread card. The darkness cards are revealed immediately. The growing dread cards, unless otherwise specified, are left in a little pile for the final boss fight. Should this darkness token get right to the end, darkness has escaped and you have lost the game. So it can get a bit frenetic once it's up here and you're trying desperately to finish off the final bit of the mission. But it stands, it's at the start. The posse hero markers at the mine entrance, and our 2 protagonists are ready to go inside. Just a quick look at the minis. It says Cade Gaunt, the gunslinger. Don't know if that's focusing any good. There, that's not too bad. Little paint job on him. Obviously a red waistcoat, a bit of blue silk lining on his coat, bit of a dandy. I'm of the school as regards painting minis where so long as it looks good from about 2 feet away, that'll do me. I'm not in a league of somebody like Zarastro, chap on YouTube who's currently painting Imperial Assault minis, and frankly he's just amazing. Do watch him. You just sit there with your mouth open going wow, but I don't have his patience and or skill, so I just stick to making them pretty good from 3 feet away. added a bit of some grit on the base and some like fake rock stuff. I think it's cork or something, but you know, I think it'll do. It makes it look like southwestern USA desert base, I think. So that's Cade. And here's Running Bear, our Indian scout. Gave him, it looked like a bit of a cavalry jacket to me that he had. So I put the yellow in as well. I think I've seen that on the films. And yeah, same again. Just good enough to make sure that from 3 feet away he doesn't look too bad. So these two chaps are ready to go. Right, what's first? Well, first, as ever, is Holding Back the Darkness. Oh, double fives, nightmare. Good start. And we start, if you get doubles, you've got to look at the depth event chart. I've got the one for the Target Plateau here, but yeah, it does have the mine on there. As you can see, if you get double ones, it's Ambush Attack. If you get double twos, it's Dark Dread. If you get double fives, it's a Terrifying Shriek. Nice. Right, so let's have a look. A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mine, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mines immediately takes D6 horror hits. Brilliant. Right, so D6 for Cade. Cade's got red dice. He takes 3, and Running Bear takes 3 as well. They get to save against the willpower. For those, as mentioned, this is where your willpower save is. So for Cade here, he's got to, on these 3 dice for each of the 3 hits, if he can get 4+, then he will save that and he will not take the horror hit. Well, he got 1 5. So that means he takes 2 hits. 2 horror hits. Here's the sanity. And I'll put that under his card. So I know he's took 2 sanity. And now, Running Bear doing his saves. I have to stop rattling this while I'm speaking, otherwise you won't be able to hear me. And he saves 2, so he only takes 1 horror hit. So, there's the horror hits for Running Bear. Right, now we've finally got through that horror, we shall roll for movement. Again, Cade will go first, because we're going by the initiative, and his initiative is 7 with his pocket watch, compared to Running Bear, who has an initiative of 5. So Cade will go first, and he gets a massive 2. 1, 2, very cautiously walking up to the actual mine. What he's going to do, you have an opportunity for each tile to scavenge. So he's going to roll 3d6 and attempt to scavenge this tile. If he gets a 6, then he'll be able to scavenge. 2 6s, he'll get 2 scavenge cards, and so on. Oh, gets 1 6. That's 1 scavenge card. So we've got the scavenge deck. Very thin deck, but this doesn't have a discard. So whatever I pick out of here will be shuffled back in. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones, there's a really horrible one. So let's hope for a bit more luck than we had with the Holding Back the Darkness. Cade. Chilling Dread. You know what I said about the really horrible one? Well, that's it. Got a Growing Dread card straight off. So like I said, these actually stay in the stack. We'll put it there just above the exploration tokens, such time as if we do get to the final battle against the boss in the final room, we'll have to reveal everything that's in that stack and take all the bad stuff before we even kick off the final fight. But we do get 10 XP for doing that scavenge, so I'm going to use one of these. These are cards I got off, if you go onto Board Game Geek, this chap called Klutz does a lot of great work with these sort of additional bits and bobs to pimp up your game. These are actually the XP cards to stop you writing down tons and tons of stuff on a notepad, and you can just basically, it makes it a lot easier to keep a tally. I use these cards, there are ones on there for, like, you know, using poker chips and stuff like that, but I like the cards, so kudos to Klutz there. I'll put that over there. Regarding experience points, one thing that I do is you are supposed to split those by the individual hero. I don't. I use a team experience point pool. The reason for that is any hero like Cade or Running Bear, when they make a decision to either attack or run away or whatever, they're doing it in the knowledge that they've got a companion hero with them. They're making decisions because that person's there, they're counting on that person's support. So basically what that says to me is they're a team. So the experience gained by one hero making one decision because he knows the other person is backing him up, that means it should just be shared out to me. That's horrendously socialist, I know. There's probably a load of Americans switching off right now, but that's just the way to do it. Similarly with the money I also pool together. It's just my horrible, like, European socialism. Apologies if you don't like that sort of thing, but it's my house rule and that's the way it is, man. Right, I shuffled that back in. Put it back there. Right, I'll also put a scavenge token down because this tile has now been scavenged, which basically means Running Bear, you can't have a look. But what Running Bear can do is roll for his movement. Now he gets a 4, but if you recall, he's also fast, so he gets +1 on his move. So that means he moves 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not enough to get to the end of the tile, so he can't explore. So what we're going to have to do, because we've scavenged and he can't scavenge because Cade has already done so, is we move on to the next round, which is Hold Back the Darkness. Let's see if we can do any better than double 5s. 5. We needed 7+, and we've got a 5. That means that the darkness moves on to 1. Already we're marching towards the mine entrance, the darkness. So just got to keep that in mind, because if it ever gets there, it's game over, man. So back to movement again on initiative. So Cade goes first. Gets a 3. 1, 2, 3. Still not close enough. Don't. So roll for movement for Dancing Bear. Dancing Bear, Running Bear. I might call him Dancing Bear. 3. Would have been 4, but we're right at the edge of the tile, so he's just going to go bonk. And he's going to look through the doorway and explore. Do this by pulling out the map deck. So let's give that a quick shuffle. I've already shuffled it, but you won't believe me, would you, if I said I'd already shuffled it. So you can see my crap shuffling. we get a short passage. Okie dokie. But because we've entered another area in the mine, we move up the posse hero marker, so that goes down to 15 now. Let's get the short passage. And there's the short passage tile. We'll just add that. There we go. Now, notice on here, certain cards have exploration tokens and certain ones don't. Passages, corner passages, long passages, T-junctions, things like that, don't have an exploration token. So we don't draw, we don't put down an explorate, we don't put one of these down. We just basically have to run through this tile. We can scavenge it though, however, so we'll probably scavenge it on the way through, even though we haven't had great luck so far, and we'll probably get another growing dread card, but what the hell. Okay, so that was a short passage. Both our heroes are gone, so we're back to holding back the darkness. Another 5. We're not doing very well, are we? So what you see now is the darkness is going to the second position, and that's a blood spatter, which means a darkness card. So again, I have shuffled these, but I'll do it again very quickly. So you know I haven't loaded the deck against you. I'll make it nice and easy for my first playthrough on YouTube. Right, donk, got it. Something horrendous. A demonic force. All demons are now +1 in combat. This means if we get any demon monsters coming out from now on in, they will be +1 in combat because this remains in play. So that's nice. So we'll just put it up here. Let's put it up there so we can remind ourselves at such time as we get a demon against us. Right. So there we go. Right. Now, movement. Cade. And goes first. He gets 5 this time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's actually going to look through the entrance there. If you wanted to scavenge this tile, he wouldn't be able to look through. You can only do one or the other, but we've got a crack on. So he's going to explore. We'll take another map deck tile. We've got the Cavern of Bones. Well, that seems nice. Orientate it obviously by this green arrow here. That's the, so it'll look like that. Put that on. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Obviously D6. We've got 3 potential exits on here. When we flick over the exploration token, it'll actually tell us how many exits we've got. So if we've only got 1 exit, we'd roll a D6, and whichever number came up, we'd assign the relevant exit to that. Right, let's go and get the map tile. And here we go, it's one of the bigger map tiles. You can see all the bones in the middle. This actual dark line, as you can see that means actually no models can go in there, no miniatures can go in there. It's just obviously a massive pile of bones and you won't be able to climb up it. So a couple of the tiles have things like this whereby there's a part of the tile where you can't actually enter. Anyway, let's pop this in. So way around, I think it's that way. So there we go. Let me just move the camera across. There we are. In fact, what I'll do is I shall not do that. Go back here so we can keep the darkness tracking. And what I'll do is generally we won't be going backwards, so I'll just take the entrance tile off and move everything back a touch. There we go, so we can get the depth tracking and everything. Put an exploration token in. We'll turn that over once everybody's had a turn, so we've still got Running Bear to have a turn. So he's going to roll for his movement. He gets 3, which is a 4 because he's fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, he can't scavenge the tile with the exploration token on because you're not allowed to do that. You've got to find out what's in there first. But because he's on both tiles, he's on the junction. He is essentially on both tiles at the same time, so he can scavenge this tile, the short passage tile, and that's what he's going to do. Unfortunately, he didn't get 6, so he wasn't able to scavenge, but he had a go, and that's the important thing, isn't it? Now he's gone, we do turn over the exploration tile. Oh, Growing Dread encounter. That's the worst one you can get. I get that. The first the first scavenge card I get is a Growing Dread card. Right, another one of those. Well, we're going to have some fun, aren't we? Should we get to the end. But at this rate, I don't think we're even going to get to the final room. The one small silver lining is this clue token. Marker, the little exclamation mark. What that actually means is we're halfway there. The next one of these, next one of these exploration tokens we get with that, then we're in the final room, and we start the final boss fight. The rest of the thing on this token, I don't know if you can see that, there are 2 exit signs there. So that basically means that this room has 2 exits. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll a d6, and whatever number I get, that's going to be the blocked off passage. So that's just the quickest way to do it. So let's just roll that. A 5. A 5. So the blocked off passage is that one, I think. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's that one. In fact, have I put this in the right way? I haven't put the bloody thing in the right way. Curse it. It should have been in that way. Idiot! Right, but we got there in the end. Right. Oh, what I could have done, I'm not going to, but what I could have done is, obviously we have here, once per adventure you may discard and redraw an exploration token or an encounter card just revealed. Now I could get rid of that because it's had the Growing Dread on it and it's just a nightmare, but the fact is it's got the clue icon on it, and basically we need 2. I can guarantee if I got rid of this, there won't be another clue icon in that stack till we're about halfway through, and it'd probably work out worse. Well, that's what Mr. Positive Me is thinking, so we are actually going to keep that. But I could have drawn another one if I wished, using his special ability. But Running Bear is going to keep that. He's going to keep that in reserve. Oh, other thing we need to do, obviously, is we've gone into another room, so we've moved the Hero Posse track down 1. Right, 5. So it is this one. that we're going to block off. So we'll take an end cap. There we go. So we've got those two are open. We've got an encounter. We've already picked the growing dread card. We've sorted out the exits. We've got one of our clue tokens towards our total required of 2. The last one is an encounter. So get the encounter deck, which is here. This is the mine encounters deck. There are separate ones for the other worlds if we ever get in there and don't die horribly. So with this again, I have pre-shuffled it. I'll shuffle it again because I'm obviously untrustworthy. Let's just cut it and let's have a look what we get. We get Summoning Circle. Okay. Focus. A runic summoning circle is marked out on the floor here, surrounded by burning candles. Someone has been dabbling in some very dark stuff. Hopefully they didn't succeed in doing whatever it was they were trying to do. Choose. So either one individual that can do a law 6+ tech, but I get to choose, or do a luck 4+ check. Every hero, and the darkness goes forward. So what have we got on law? Cade's law is 2. Well, that's rubbish. Oh, 4. Running Bear. I think Running Bear. Yeah, 4 dice for a 6+. The luck 4+ is easier, I think. I might. Yeah. Cade. He's got 4 luck and he's got 2 luck. We've got to get 4+. I think we can do that. I think we're going to go for the luck because our luck's been going really well, hasn't it? You know, so let's keep that going. Well, let's give ourselves the opportunity to really knock ourselves out. So Cade's going to go first. Attempt to get a 4+. He gets 4 dice because his luck's 4. And he needs to get a 4. Oh, just all 4s. Well, this is the one. This is the one. Running Bear. Only 2 luck. The sad face of a displaced nation. Can he do it? Yes! Result! Fantastic! So, we passed the luck 4+. I think it just means we don't have to move the deck track forward. And that's the end of that. Funky. So, really the only thing happened there was we got a growing dread card. But we also got one of our clue markers that we need. So, not too bad. Right, so put that over here. Now, hold back the darkness. 10, easy. Movement, Cade. 6, good lad. I think the quickest we can get is there. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to look through. Let's have a look. The old map deck. A cross passage, no expiration token. Really, we want to get room to get expiration tokens because then we increase our chances of getting another clue token and finishing up. The way we're going, we'll get a fistful of growing dread cards. But anyway, cross passage. Let's pop that in there. Whoosh. Ever with these kind of map tail line games, if you haven't got a huge table, it's just horrendous. But there we go. So that's on there. You can actually scavenge because there isn't an exploration token. So what he's going to do, he's going to scavenge, but he's going to scavenge the cavern of bones, which he does. So scavenge token there, and give it another shuffle. You might have noticed I shuffled it after I took a card last time, so it ends up getting shuffled twice. I can't trust my own memory most of the time, so I just, whenever I pick up a deck of cards, I just shuffle them. Right, we got this time. Yay! Small find, 10 XP plus 25 gold. 10 XP to the pile, and oh yes, I mentioned Klutz before, and those nice XP cards. He also did these for keeping track of the old money. So there's the $25 one. Again, as I mentioned, this goes into the team pot. So I'll put that over there. And I'll shuffle small find back into the deck. There we go. Put that there. Now, what have we got? It's Running Bear's movement. It's got 4, which is a 5 because he's fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't go over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get rid of that short passage now. And let's see if we can orientate this a little better. So we can save a bit of space. Now going this way. Now he's going to scavenge this cross passage. Running Bear. No, didn't manage it. Right, so we're now holding back the darkness. 11, easy. Movement for Cave. Those 3, so you can go 1, 2, 3. You can have a look through here, and I'm going to take off the bone cavern. And quick rearrange again, just so we've got more space. And Cade's going to look through the doorway. And we have the waterfall room, another big room. Right, so let me just find that. And here we are. So, waterfall. The art is fantastic on these tiles. Look at that. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Double-sided, obviously. It's another world. This one's again another waterfall. Well, this one looks like it's in the swamps of death. But this is the side we want. How does it go in? I feel that's the way it goes in. Let's put it in right for a change. There we go. There we go. so we can see it all. Yeah, excellent. We get another exploration total. What I forgot to do is that was for the cross passage, and that's for the waterfall room. Get there in the end. Right. Exploration token in there. Now it's Running Bear's turn. A 1, which is actually a 2, because he's fast, so that's 1, 2. But one of the interesting things is when you do get a 1, you do get grit. Grit's a mechanic used in the game for, essentially you can use these to re-roll, and there's some other things that you can do with it when it's called for on a card or whatever, but basically you'll use them most for re-rolls, and it just symbolises that you're a hero. You've got grit, man. That's why you come into these places full of horrible monsters trying to help people out. You're a hero. In order to be a hero, that means you've got grit, baby. So I'll just put that with his grit stack of 2. He's now at maximum grit, and he's moved the 2. He's now together. This is always very useful to do if you're in a narrow passage. If monsters do come out, they can't get behind you. I've seen some things written on Board Game Geek and stuff where people are a bit, I don't know, they almost seem to consider it an exploit. Oh, everybody always like blocks up a passage. Well, you know, if I was going down a mine with my mate and there was a possibility of someone coming out of the dark at me, I'd block a passage as well. Rather than it being exploitative, it's just common sense really. But I think some people would like some of the perhaps new monsters that come along to perhaps throw a spanner in the works there. But personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. It seems, as I say, it seems quite common sense. So let's do the exploration token. Now all our movement's finished. It's an attack. Brilliant. Right, but first of all, first thing to look at is we've only got 1 exit. So let's find out what that 1 exit is by rolling the old d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. It's a 2. So that means that's the exit up there. And cap these off. Plunk the waterfall room over here. Just a quick check. I discard these because it means I can always check, because honestly I always forget to move this one, the hero posse marking. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yes, I'm up to date. Now attack. What you have to do for an attack is draw a threat card. Now they're split into 4. There's an epic. There's the epic deck. There's the high deck. There's the medium threat deck, and the low. We use the low because we've only got 2 heroes, but the higher you get, the higher the threat card you'll use. So just pop these back before I pick up the low threat deck again and pick one out. You do get some, here's a little, you do get some reference cards which will actually spell out how many people you can use, but I can't seem to find mine at the moment. But rest assured, for 2 people we draw the low thread. More rubbish shuffling. There we go. See if it cuts. And we get Hungry Dead and a corpse file. Fabulous. Right. We get P Hungry Dead, which is a peril dice. I'll show you that in a second. We dead, and we get a single corpse pile. I'll just get the corpse pile first. That's the corpse pile. You see, look at them. They're dead. Right. When you place monsters, because it's the first monster placement that we've got, they go as far away from the heroes as they possibly can. So that'll be down here. And you start filling them in from the left, but it'll be the left as they look at the heroes. So it would be this tile. That'll be the right hand tile. This is the left hand, square. So that's where I'm going to put the corpse pile. The reason I'm putting the corpse pile down first is I know that that has an initiative of 0 because it doesn't move. It's corpse pile, right? If it spawns some Hungry Dead, i.e. one of these starts getting up, which is its special ability, then obviously I move that next to the corpse pile and then it's ready to shamble on up to attack these guys. So that's the corpse pile. Now, how many Hungry Dead? A peril dice. This is the peril dice that you get with the game. It's a D6, except it doesn't have a 1 or a 2 on it. So basically you're never going to get less than 3 of something when you do a peril dice. There's a couple of 3s on there, a couple of 4s, and a 5 and a 6. So let's see how many Hungry Dead we get. We get 4. I'll just go and get those bad boys. Here we go. Here are the Hungry Dead. You see him. So you've got a gentleman there, a lady, and a prospector. Alright, exactly the same with these, left hand side, but you're doing a checkerboard pattern, so you're not bunching them all together. So let's put him there. She can go there. Prospector can go there. And it doesn't really matter if I put the other guy there. So there they are, all set up. Take that off. Well, and this is what our heroes have got to fight in the next turn. But I'm going to stop it there. When I come back, we'll start again with the battle against the Hungry Dead and the Corpse File, Cade Gaunt and Running Bear. Gonna kick some ass.